Happy Friday afternoon, everybody, from the South Lake Tahoe Ice Arena in South Lake Tahoe, California. Welcome to the 2018 Pacific 8 Hockey Conference Championship Tournament. Today, it's game number one of the 7-game, 3-day tournament. And our first opening matchup will feature the University of Southern California Trojans taking on the University of California at Los Angeles Bruins. I'm Lorenzo Villalobos Jr., joined by Isaac Rosenthal and Evan Reeve, who will be handling the play-by-play and color duties in just a moment. UCLA and USC met just last weekend as UCLA swept USC, both games 6-3 and 4-3 to wrap up the non-conference schedule of the 2017-18 ACHA division regular season Division II season. However, it was USC that won the Crosstown Cup showdown, and they also took both conference games 2-0. That propelled USC into the number 5 spot. UCLA came in at number 4. However, they would have been at number 3 had they swept the Washington Huskies. Therefore, with both teams at 6-5-1, UCLA have the number 4 seed. Washington and Oregon, will be, by the way, will be the second game coming up 30 minutes approximately after this game. Leading the way forward, UCLA's Christian Tabone, 13 goals, 11 assists for 24 points. The 6-foot defenseman from Carlsbad, California, will lead the Bruins into this game today, as the Bruins that will be defending their PAC-8 championship, coming back from their amazing 6-5 win over the Washington Huskies right here at this very same ice arena 1 year ago this weekend. As for USC, they come into the regular season PAC-8 tournament record with 11-13, 0-1 record. USC, as I mentioned, they had already taken the first 2 conference games of the regular season for the Trojans, and leading the way for the Trojans, you have Chase Thusman, 10 goals, 12 assists, 22 points. He leads the team, as well. Actually, Jack Deanna as well, also 22 points, 13 goals, and 9 assists, both of them with 13 games as well. It's going to be an interesting game right here, UCLA and USC, another Crosstown Cup showdown. But this time it's not going to be the Crosstown Cup they're going to be playing for. It's going to be the right to play for their tomorrow afternoon semifinal spot against either Arizona State or California, pending on the next game with Washington and Oregon. And to lead the way into this game, Isaac Rosenthal and Evan Reeve. You guys handle it from here on out.
Well, thank you so much for the intro, Lorenzo, as we bring in Evan here. And Evan, you as backup goaltender for Washington, tell us, give us a little bit what's in the players' mindsets as they take the ice for a playoff game like this. Neutral site, high elevation, team you're very familiar with. What's the mentality of the players right now?
This is a long trip to make, and they don't want to waste this opportunity to continue on with their season right now. So, in my mind, especially preparing for any possible University of Washington games regular season, I was always focused on making sure that road trips were always worth it. This one is the road trip of all road trips. This is for all the marbles here, so I can guarantee you that they're going to be just focused on the opportunity at hand, and they're going to try to make sure that they don't waste all these miles traveled, all the time spent in practice, all the sweat they gave up in games. They're going to try to extend their season right here.
So you got the chance to see both of these teams this year. Anything sticking out in your memory one way or the other for either side of the ice here on what to expect?
USC especially looks interesting to me right now. Looking at the roster of the guys that they brought, they have basically their full lineup coming here to Tahoe, which is going to be good for them. They're going to be able to rotate their lines very quickly. They're going to be able to rest up in between, and they're going to be able to get back out on the ice fresh in quicker shifts than I think UCLA will be able to have. But on the other hand, I'm watching warm-ups here, and UCLA's starting goaltender, he looks ready to go. He's seeing the puck very well. He's handling the puck very well. Rebound control is great, so it should be a good game of offense versus defense.
Now, have you played in this building before?
Never. This is my first year here.
You play. So the one thing that I always find curious in this building is the big window that we have behind the benches and all that natural light. It can sometimes create sort of some sunspots on the ice, some weird glare. How do you combat that as a goaltender?
It's really just focus. You have to make sure that it's essentially the same as the screen, right? If you lose the puck, you find it again quickly. And the feed is back up. Opening face-off here, just in time. UCLA wins that, gets possession in their own defensive half.
All right, so underway here. Opening period, and SC with the puck in the UCLA zone. Cross the ice pass, get it across, and nearly came away. Now UCLA moving out. It's Tabone with the puck. Tabone will dump it in. He's one of the names you'll want to watch out for UCLA. Number 10 in the blue. Big hit in the corner, but maintaining possession of the puck. Good strong play there from USC's Aiden Vasquez. And now the puck squirting out of the zone, and it's going to come down right in front of the benches. SC on the puck across the blue line now. Chipped over around the curling dots and staying around the curling dots. Nice move to keep the puck. A lot of puck possession here. Just skating it himself and then thrown off the side of the net. That is Scott Voigt for USC. Now taken by UCLA as we're under 19 minutes left in the first. We won't have a clock this weekend, so we'll do our best to keep you updated on the times every minute or so. Line change there from UCLA, and USC trying to move through the neutral zone now. Going all the way through the neutral zone there is Keegan Jones. Puck squirts loose in front, and now UCLA with the chance maybe to break with numbers if they really hurry. Pass in front, and a great shot and a great save there made by that Trojan netminder. And another one right at him. So a couple of good hard shots in a row there for UCLA, and with 18:22 left in the first, still no score.
That was an exciting rush to come down. A good counterattack by UCLA. They had been previously stuck in their defensive zone with some pretty good puck handling by USC, but that breakout was a good offensive spurt for them to start the game.
And right off the face-off, UCLA able to work a shot, but it goes wide. Behind the net into the corner now comes to the point for UCLA. Thrown on goal, deflected wide. That was Blaise Deschamps with the, wrong roster. No 13 on UCLA's roster for me, so we'll have to fill in some numbers as we go. And SC trying to chop at that, keep it alive, and they go offside. We have a three-man officiating crew. Nobody wearing the orange armbands today. The rarely seen three linesman approach. Maybe that means they'll let him play this weekend. 18:22 left in the period. Harrison Valner and Graham Marshall digging in for the face-off. Marshall for UCLA, but won the other way by USC, but turned over. Here come the Bruins. They get a shot, and it's deflected high, wide into the netting. Great burst of speed there from UCLA's Michael Rochult, another name you're going to want to keep an eye out for on UCLA.
USC's goalie is doing a great job dealing with these fast rushes. UCLA seems to be able to get away on a good breakout out of their defensive and neutral zones. See how that goes on during the game.
So setting up behind the net is USC. Puck got away momentarily, but then they take it back. And now it'll just be dumped in. Everyone goes to chase. And playing it off the boards, but UCLA trying to squirt that out, chopping at the puck and knocking it down. And the shot on goal from USC there was Andrew Phillips. Now at the point, they keep it alive, and now the fake shot pass, trying to set up Harrison Valner there, and he was a little bit not on the same page. Could have been a really nice play. SC still on the puck in the corner. Now behind the net, stopping, starts the other way. And as UCLA just trying to clear, and they will get the opportunity to get it out of the zone, and they may get a chance to jump in on a rush here. Here come the Bruins, the drop pass back to Rochult there, but couldn't handle it. Now a bouncing puck, and look out there, but good job by the SC netminder. 17:01 left, first period, still no score. It's the first game of the PAC-8 tournament. Another rivalry later on tonight as Washington and Oregon take the ice. And then Arizona State and Cal waiting in the semifinals. The pairings will depend on the results of today's games. USC on the puck off the faceoff. Poked forward there by Ryan Atkinson, and that jersey will be very recognizable with the Scotch tape jersey number. Battle for the puck behind the net. Comes with a shot for USC, and that was more dangerous than it might have looked like it could have been, but slid through the zone. SC trying to center it. Couple of guys in the same spot for SC. They take a shot through, and that might have been deflected on its way through. Good job by the UCLA netminder to pounce on that one.
What I've noticed so far is that while UCLA has been getting the larger number of shots, USC shots seem to be extremely dangerous. There's a lot of rebounds coming out into the high slot crease area, so look for somebody to try to capitalize on that later.
And poke back to the UCLA defense off the faceoff, but kept in the zone by the opposite number, the SC point men. Now the long pass, and UCLA's got to slow down as they were offside there, so they get back onside, but in the interim, USC is taking the puck away. Now right back to UCLA. Couple of turnovers. Here's Tabone on the puck for UCLA. Tabone by the near side boards at the curling dot. And the USC, good cross ice pass on the breakout. They get it in. They're going to get a shot on goal here if they want one. And, instead, we go crashing into the boards. Didn't get a great look at that.
That was a massive glove save by number 48. I believe his name is Matthew Bodan. That was a great read on a breakaway. He managed to put himself in a position to force it over to his glove, his strong side.
First goal, always a big one, and SC chops that one wide of goal. Now UCLA just trying to buy some time and space. They'll play it off the boards, and it does actually work successfully for them. Centering, and they couldn't get it, but good thought there from Chris Benoit. And it's still UCLA. Comes right back to him, trying to backhand, loose in front, still loose, but taken by USC up ice. And now right back. It's Benoit with it for the Bruins. Benoit centering the shot wide. Great opportunity there for 25 on UCLA, also not on my roster. And now it slows down and calms down a little bit, enough for SC's Chase Durkee to collect it. And
big hit.
Good hard hit there by the mystery number 25. You would expect this game to be physical, but hopefully clean. Anytime you've got a playoff game that can act kind of as a calming influence sometimes, even in a rivalry, no one wants to take themselves out of the game. But we'll certainly have to keep an eye on that physical play as these two rivals work through the first period. 14-14 left now. And SC in their own zone. Now through the neutral zone. And poked away, but can they keep it in the corner? That's Andrew Phillips.
Great back check to negate that 3-on-2 opportunity.
And now Phillips tried to catch it behind the net, but managed to evade his stick. So UCLA tries to break out and then dumped in. SC would have been offside, so they can't touch the puck there. Blaze DeChamp back on, and now DeChamp is going to come onto that puck. Chipped forward, knocked down, and another dangerous opportunity, but couldn't get a clean shot off as Harrison Valner was crashing the net.
I noticed that seems to be USC's game plan right now, is just get it to the dangerous guy in the center.
our best to keep your stream up here. 13-10 left first period. How about the pace? Pace-wise, this about what you would expect for this game?
To be honest, no. It kind of looks a little slow to me. I would have figured that USC would have tried to capitalize on their large bench and try to force the pace, but it seems like UCLA is doing a better job at keeping it a little bit calmer and a little bit fluid into their offensive zone.
And here is UCLA starting behind their own net, behind the net of Bowdoin. And they're going to go for a line change as they dump that one in. SC keeps their squad out there. Big collision in the corner. Heard it more than saw it. And here is USC now. They'll gain the red line, dump it in. Now they'll go for a change. So a chance for UCLA if they jump on the puck and move in transition quickly. And through the defender there, but then he lost the puck. Now right back on it. Trying to keep it in at the point. And SC moving up ice now. Deflected, so no ice, no offside. Everyone's good. Brandon Shaw played that one, 8 on the wrong team. And there's USC's. Drew McGrain was on the puck there. Now trying to get to the center, but nobody there, and a chance for UCLA. Here comes Rochelle. Rochelle with some speed, and that shot sent wide of the cage. SC is able to jump on it, but UCLA rather, doing a very good job of jumping back on the puck and extending some of these possessions.
Now that pace is starting to pick back up. You can see they're speeding through the neutral zone, and a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone are causing that back and forth play.
Easy save made there, and UCLA trying to come away with it, but they lost it. Tabone, I think, had a misplay. That's deflected before it ever gets anywhere near goal. 10:56, almost halfway through this opening period. Still no score. Pace starting to pick up a little bit, as we said, which probably favors SC just because they have the bigger bench. There's a chance in front! Reaching back, what a save!
Desperation attempt from Boldan pays off. Stood strong in there, battled through, and got that save.
And now backhanded out of the zone by UCLA. A moment to breathe, but not enough time to change, and SC still on the puck. They'll try to play it off the boards. Don't think they got the carom they wanted, but still working on the puck there. And nice move to get around his man, but then he lost the puck in the process. Was Chase Thesman. Another one of those names you heard from Lorenzo in the pregame. Tried to just turn and fire that toward the center. Was Valner again, but no one there for a tap or a deflection. SC going backwards in their own zone. Just trying to get into their systems here. Good hard pass and another good hard pass. So USC does get the zone, and the shot goes wide. Long bounce off the boards will work for USC, and then they tried to just slam it home. They fanned on the puck, and here comes UCLA. A chance to break out for UCLA now. That carom's off the boards. Maybe at a post or a deflection there. Good hard shot and diving out. Halfway to the face-off circle to make the save is the SC netminder. Is that
I didn't see his number on the list this morning, so.
Yeah, it looks like a 35. Does it not on his back?
Yeah, I agree. It does look like a 35.
32. So if it's 32, it's Justin Crayford, which makes sense. He's got the most games played, but
there's a little scuffle in front as UCLA went to attack the puck. It was already covered, though. Didn't necessarily see who instigated that, but no penalties result. I wanted to mention USC's netminder is doing a very good job at keeping dangerous pucks at bay. He's doing a fantastic job at looking to where the open ice is and directing the puck there.
Oh, here is is UCLA with it in their own zone. Right in front of the SC bench, and that will be thrown in. Deflects and actually hit off the side of the netting after it deflected on the boards. Big scrum there, puck's loose, chance for UCLA. The net, I think, is knocked off its moorings, and now we're finally going to get the whistle. Will we get anything else or just a reset of the net?
Looks like the face-off is going to be in USC's defensive zone, which means either the goalie for USC or another USC defensive player had knocked off the net during that scuffle. If you had seen UCLA's offense knock off the net, that face-off would have come outside to the offense, the offside dot.
So 8:41, still no score in the first period. Got some kind of conference with the USC coaching staff, but now all is understood. And right to Bone for the shot off the point from the faceoff, but hit off a skate, and now here come the men of Troy the other way. That one deflected into the corner. Behind the net, still USC, and they tried to get the pass centering to the slot, but it was deflected, I think, by Tabone. There's SC, still dangerous. Bouncing, trying to shoot that like a lacrosse ball. And that caught a piece of a UCLA skater. Looks like he's going to have to fight through it. Oh, what a deflection, but right into the pad. These goalies look sharp.
Yes, these goalies came ready to play, both of them. They are on top of their game this morning. The offense is having a really hard time putting these great chances away.
And it's Peter Katz for UCLA who had that shot take a bite out of him, but in good enough shape he's able to hop the boards himself, didn't need the door, so I wouldn't expect that we're going to really see him miss much of any time. We'll keep our eyes peeled. 8:09 left. First period, no score. Rivalry day in the PAC-8 tournament. Shot deflected, blocked before it ever got close to goal. And now behind the net. A battle for it, and it's kicked forward by SC. Taboni trying to get to it, and does to keep it in the USC zone, rather. And chopped forward, deflected back into the UCLA zone. Now the long pass there will be tapped first by UCLA, but it may just be SC's puck when all is said and done. Now it squirts to the neutral zone, and it'll be a race for it. And just going to be dumped in. SC with a chance to get some fresh bodies out there, as is UCLA. And they play the high pass off the boards. Nearly took out a linesman on its way. Behind the net, USC. They try the long pass themselves. It's just gloved out of the air by the UCLA's Richard Zhao.
Starting to see more and more use of that long pass by UCLA. I think they've realized that they have a little bit more speed than USC. They're trying to capitalize on it by making sure they go larger feet on the ice with their passes.
Shoot in there, goes wide. And is that deflected into the netting?
Doesn't look like it. Looked like it went straight off of USC, as the face-off is going to be outside.
SC will dump that one in as well, and someone goes flying in the neutral zone. And just an easy cover when all is said and done for Baudin. 6:31 now in the first period. That first goal looking bigger and bigger as we go on. Good long pass there. Rochalt chasing it down, but that was Benoit chasing it down. Gets to it behind the net, deflected loose, trying to slam it home, and SC will come away with the puck. Good chances in front of net for UCLA, but here come the Trojans the other way. Dumped in, it gets in behind the defense, and now a collision behind the net. Puck still loose, and UCLA able to come away with it. No penalties called yet in this game. Get the sense special teams are going to be important, though. SC, nice little job there to get around a couple of guys and create some time and space. Still on the puck and now finally knocked off. He tried to beat the whole UCLA roster himself, and it almost worked out for him, but finally it was just too much. Andrew Phillips for SC. That one will not be icing, as it's actually right on target, paddled down by Baudin, and UCLA's got to try to break out, keeping it moving here. Just kept in the zone by SC. They get a shot, but it goes wide. 5 minutes now in the first period. Another one taken away in the neutral zone by USC, and they're just running out of space on the perimeter. Tabone will take it away. Up for Rochalt, and Rochalt with the chance. He's got some wheels. Tries to play it off the boards to get around his D-man. Now he'll go all the way behind the net, and the puck was, I think, taken away by the boards there more than anything else.
Unfortunately, that nice solo effort didn't have any UCLA support behind it, as they were currently trying to go for a change.
And now SC will match that change, but that's a miscommunication there, as UCLA just tries to play it kind of softly behind their own net, and SC did take it away, but only temporarily. UCLA back on the puck now and back across the blue line into the SC zone. Tabone throws that in, then takes a check. UCLA back on side, and SC back on the puck. Individual skating from the Trojans here, and the shot was either wide or up the side netting. Another shot, that was a good one, goes through, and then it goes wide.
I'm starting to
turning it on here. Go ahead.
Starting to see the effect of fatigue for UCLA here. They are skating very slowly. They can't seem to keep up with the pace of the passes.
Oh, what a save from Baudin. He ate his Wheaties this morning. And that's going to be the fatigue you mentioned is really going to be something to watch for this UCLA team. I mean, if we just look at the rosters printed out on the page, it's very evident. UCLA's got about 2/3 the roster that USC has just numerically. And then you add to the fact that we are at significant altitude here. And it's really tough when you've got a short bench in this tournament to skate hard for 60 minutes. Shot from the blue line, hit a UCLA skate and was blocked, but they didn't know where it was, so SC able to collect it. High shot off the glass. Kicked in, they keep it in the zone, does USC. Good, consistent pressure. 3:13 left, down he goes. Tripping call coming up.
Baudin is going to be a continuous key for UCLA going forward. As long as he can stay on his game, as long as he can keep seeing that puck, USC is going to have a really hard time capitalizing on the slow energy of UCLA at the end of these periods.
So for UCLA, it's Richard Chow to sit down. 2 minutes to think about his actions. 3:09 left in the first, and the face-off in the Bruin zone. Trojans get the win, and they'll set up on their power play. We'll keep an eye on how both this power play and the penalty kill function. Shot, one-timer, they score. Great job there. I think it was Jack Diana who had the goal, and they just worked him into some space, and he wasn't going to miss on that shot.
Not a chance. I don't think a goalkeeper in this league would have had enough lateral movement speed to get over in time to save that. That was an excellent opportunity by USC. They set up the passing beautifully. They made sure they had their man open on the bottom circle, and they ripped it home. They were ready for that play. That happened exactly as they drew it up. And as you said, special teams seems to be the key here. That's the only way they've gotten ahead so far.
So back to five-a-side hockey. Only 15, 20 seconds of penalty time there. Here come the Trojans again. deflected in front, and I don't know if that was paddled away actually by Baudin or if it was just mishandled, but the way he's been playing today, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he got to stick to that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was off his toe.
Long pass for SC, and Diana can't control it, has to just chop it in, and the Trojans get a change. Behind the net, and they come away with it. Only got a couple of guys on the ice. Now they're back to 5-a-side, but no options there, and USC behind their own net. In front, a chance for UCLA. They score! It's 1-1. And unfortunately for the goal scorer, it's number 25 who's not on my roster. We'll see if we can find out who that was at the intermission. I think, Lorenzo, do you have something for me? Bit of a breakdown there for USC, and in the end it was a relatively easy shot.
Landed Shaka.
On 20, Shaka is 25 on USC. We need 25 on UCLA if we can find him.
Face-off going to USC here to start after that goal. Now tied 1-1.
A big response there to get it before the end of the period, especially for UCLA, and then a bouncing puck, and they almost had a Christmas present, but no goal there. 1:37 left in the first period. Both of our goals in this one coming in the last 2 minutes or so.
Desperation efforts on both ends for each goaltender is what's keeping this game tight. It's what's keeping this game close.
That one thrown on goal from the point by 13 of UCLA, who's also not on my roster. Here's Rochelt. Rochelt threw it on goal and deflected. We'll get a whistle. Diana threw that forward for USC, but didn't get out of the zone. Now back to the Trojan sticks. And again deflected, but good bounce for USC. They get a shot off, and how about that save? Real pretty. 52.2 left in the opening period. So into the corner, UCLA collects, and they try to find Benoit. They do, but can he get around two guys? Not two of them, not for a clean shot. But he was able to throw it on goal, and we'll get a whistle. 36.6 left in the first.
Just as USC's goaltender was having, I was having some trouble locating that puck. Turns out it was in his pads. It's always interesting when that happens because you can feel it, but you don't want to move because you don't want anything to squirt out at that position. Less than 30 seconds left now.
And SC will throw that behind the goal, trying to center. They do get a shot, and it was knocked away. Here's UCLA now, 14 seconds left. Still plenty of time. And big hit there. Now SC collects it though, 6 seconds left. And tied up with some sticks, it's Benoit. He's just going to skate out the rest of this first period. So 1-1 is our score at the end of 20 minutes of play. We're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll have Lorenzo and Evan break down what happened in that first period.
And welcome back to South Lake Tahoe Ice Arena. After one period of play, UCLA and USC are knotted up at 1. We're just about a minute away from the start of the second period. And Evan Reeve, what did you see here in the first period?
Well, I know we talked about this big window here. It didn't seem to affect too much of the offensive play in the neutral zone. It seemed like everybody was seeing the puck very well. It seemed like the goalies were seeing the puck very well. Obviously, those desperation saves all throughout the period were fantastic in keeping this game nice and close. As for shots, we're looking at USC having a distinct advantage as shots. They have 7 more shots. They have 17-10 in shots, but obviously the goals are still the same. So UCLA's goaltender is keeping those save numbers high, and USC's goaltender is also keeping that puck away from those dangerous zones.
Tight defensive game most of the first period. USC scored earlier, right before the first period ended. Of course, UCLA counterattacked on this one. What would you expect to see in the second period? Would you see the same type of tempo?
I would expect to see a little bit more tempo, actually. Like we said before in the broadcast, it seemed as if they were kind of moving a little bit slow, kind of feeling each other out. It wasn't necessarily much of a physical play. But as soon as that period got going and there was a lot of these turnovers in the neutral zone, both teams were going to start showing their speed. Both teams are going to start showing a lot of their playmaking ability, passing it diagonally across the ice. So I think that tempo is just going to increase. I think the physicality is going to increase. There was a few scuffles at the end of the period on both ends of the ice, so I think it's going to start getting a little bit rough, a little bit tough.
We saw a couple of good saves from both UCLA and USC, especially diving for the puck with a couple of players wide open in front of the slot, sometimes outside of the circle there. As a goaltender yourself, though, what's the first thing on your mind when you see something like that?
It really depends. It kind of all gets seen through the goaltender's eyes, that lens of the crease. When you're looking at a play like that, when you see the puck squirting out and you have this adrenaline rushing, it's the playoffs, and you feel like you can get to it, that confidence factor of you getting there in time is actually going to play more into it than necessarily what's going on the ice around you. You'll move a lot quicker, you'll make better decisions. Even though they are snap decisions, if you have that confidence, which both of these keepers have right now, it's going to be a lot easier to make those saves, even if there are some dangerous offensive opportunities on the other side of the ice.
UCLA now coming out onto the ice right now, tied up at 1. They are the number 4 seed entering this second period, and winner of this game will of course watch the next game with the University of Washington Huskies and the University of Oregon Ducks coming up 30 minutes approximately after this game. UCLA, the defending PAC-8 conference champions. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another rematch between these two schools on Sunday, but we'll know what we'll see right here as the USC Trojans now come out onto the ice right now. Final thoughts before we give it over to Isaac.
Back to the window again. I think that this is going to play out well for both teams. It seems like there's a lot of cloud cover, but we'll see what happens as the sun starts setting. Also, I would encourage both teams, if I was in their locker rooms, to make sure they come out with the pace. USC's got to be looking favorably at those opportunities that are falling right in front of the net, but UCLA is also looking at their speed and looking at that as a favorable opportunity. So each team has a lot of confidence. Each team has some game plans that they can go off of, and we can see which game plan comes out on top here in the second.
1-1 after 20 minutes of play. We're getting ready to start the middle half, or the middle frame of this hockey game right now. Let's go ahead and get you started for period number 2 with Evan Reeve. Here is Isaac Rosenthal.
Thanks much, Lorenzo, and thanks for working the camera for us today. As you guys were saying, it was an exciting first period, and we're just about set for period number 2. 1-1 the score. We saw the power play goal from USC, but that advantage only lasted 2 minutes. Really didn't feel like it was that long at all before UCLA was able to get the equalizer. So should be a great second period of hockey and should set up a great third. Just about ready to get started. See some Ducks have arrived in the arena. Duck Huskies getting started right after this game, or almost right after this game. We found some stripes for the referee to wear around his arms. Don't have 3 linesmen out there anymore.
Well, we have 2 stripes now, but where are the linesmen? Interesting. Seems we've
No, the PAC-8 always keeps you on your toes.
Exactly.
We've now lost a person. We did have 3 people in the first period, right? They were all
I did see 3 zebras out there.
Well, the herd of zebras has been thinned. And whatever it is, it is. Underway in period number 2. 2 officials on the ice, both of them acting as referees. And that puck will spurt out of the zone, but Taboni back to get it. Plays it off the boards, and now UCLA trying to set something up. They just dump it in and goes right to the stick of a USC defender. Trojans, of course, in the red, Bruins in blue. Hope you can mostly see the colors on our broadcast. The natural light does give us challenges with white balancing too. Here's a secret shot, rebound, they score! It's 2 for Diana. And kind of the rebound pass there, I think he was shooting for a rebound the whole way, and Diana knocked it home.
They must have talked about that in the intermission. I see it from up here, and they must have saw it too. They realized that those rebounds are coming out into dangerous areas on those USC shots on goal. So they made sure the rush included a guy on the opposite side, and it paid off for them there.
So big number 22 making a big impact for USC early on, but they had a challenge holding on to that lead the first time. Let's see what they do this time. Under 1 minute gone, still 19 left in the second period. And all sorts of bodies go flying. Now here comes USC. USC trying to add to their lead now. And dancing around was Valner. Now behind the net, Valner throws it on goal and deflected. UCLA. Backhand cross ice pass on the breakout. Now here they come. In front and a deflection, it goes well wide. And then another collision in the zone there, but everyone stays on their feet. Benoit behind the net for UCLA. He tried to backhand that one, but no one was there to slam it home. It was a good thought to get it in a dangerous area.
The communication just wasn't there to fit that other guy right into that pocket to get that shot off, though.
There's McGrain for USC. And that one will just be covered up by Kayford. 17:54 left in period 2. Another beautiful day in South Lake Tahoe. Great day for some playoff hockey. And that's knocked down. Good active stick by UCLA there. Prevents that transition opportunity for SC. And then the Trojans take it right back. Captain Jack Diana on it. And backhanded there offside there. They got to go back on. So behind their own net, UCLA.
I keep seeing these dangerous UCLA quick forwards circling at the very top of their offensive blue line here. They're going to look for that long stretch pass again, it seems.
And there is SC knocked away from him, and then a big hit. It'll come around the corner for Diana. Diana, hard shot, pad save. And it's still Captain Jack. Deflected in front, and they just tried to lift it over the UCLA netminder. Now in front, Diana scores! Great position there from Jack Diana in front, and he's able to just knock it home. 3-1 to USC, 16:46 left in the middle frame.
The captain has laid down the example for the rest of the Trojans here. He says, I'm going to score 2 goals here. I want you boys to step it up with me, and it's paying off them. shift for the Trojans is absolutely dominating in the offensive zone right now.
So whatever was said in that SC locker room, and should be pointed out, they're the only ones in this tournament so far with an actual locker room. Everybody else in party rooms, but that's what happens. We got to fit a lot of fielded teams here. But whatever was said in that locker room in the intermission seems to have worked. As the Trojans with the puck again. Right for us comes that puck into the netting. A reminder, boys, if you break any of the equipment, you buy it.
First penalty.
There's the first penalty. Well, actually, the second penalty of the game. Looks like number 13 for UCLA is going for interference. So that will be
a mystery man.
Yeah, mystery man. Not on the roster for us here.
We'll see what we'll have to try to do, and this is going to be real tough, but we'll have to see what numbers we don't see on the roster and then reverse engineer it. SC's power play has proved to be dangerous already. Jack Dana's first goal came on the power play to get us started at 1-0. And they get a shot on goal again there, but it goes wide. Good hard work on that puck to keep possession. That is just barely kept in the zone. And now they'll fire a shot. Long rebound comes back out to USC. Puck though between two Trojans. Now they get back on it. Centering, and not able to get the shot on that was Travis Schwartz. Back to Dana, a quarterback in the power play from the point. And it'll come back to 22. Off the boards hard. They're trying to work somebody into space. 1 minute left on the penalty. Pass towards Diana, but it was deflected away. Good active stick again. I think that was Graham Marshall. Oh, no, it's a 7. It was Brandon Shaw for UCLA. With some good penalty killing there, but Bruins can't clear the puck in the one-timer. Good contact, but well wide. 30 seconds left on this penalty, and I don't think that the Bruins have cleared it once. SC lost the puck for a moment, then got it right back on his stick. Valner back to opposite point. Now Valner again, shot right into the equipment of Mahone, and he makes the save. 3-1 SC, 16 seconds left on the penalty. 14:42 left in period 2. Anything you think in particular that UCLA could have done better to get a clearance there?
No. USC's on fire right now. The momentum is fantastic in their direction. They're moving the puck very well. Their passes are very tape to tape. UCLA is going to have to put a lot of effort down to get this puck out.
Trojans just having their way with the penalty killers right now, working the puck around, trying to free up another good shot, deflected wide behind the goal, and Taboni will slap that one, and now the Bruins get a clear right as they get their man out of the box. That's timely, and they don't get to pounce on the puck though. Dumped in, Karams are around the boards. UCLA back at even strength, trying to respond. It's been a very good opening 6 minutes of the second period for USC. They've struck twice to take the 3-1 lead. It's been Jack Dana both times, and here come the Trojans again. They'll go behind the net, and still with the puck, trying to slam it home was Graham Crystal, and now it'll actually come out and bounce for the Bruins the other way. Rochelle with a shot, goes for the high one there, and it's wide. Collisions in front of the benches there, and someone's got to go for the puck. UCLA now on it. UCLA throws that one toward goal, deflected, and somewhere underneath it, or somewhere underneath the SC netminder Kayford is that puck. 13:20 left second period.
Just wanted to comment on USC's power play once again. Fantastic power play. Even though they didn't capitalize that time, it was still a very good effort by USC. Had about 6 scoring chances from what I counted, about 4 feet in front of the net. Also, they're shooting for the pads, which means that they're going to start focusing on those rebounds a lot more now that they see that they can get an advantage out of them.
Well, it works once, and you tend to pay attention to it, especially in a high-stakes game like this. Not quite win or go home. Everyone gets 2 games regardless, but no path to a title if you lose this game, so critically important for both teams, especially UCLA defending that PAC-8 title. It's a deep conference this year. You really get the feeling that anyone in this tournament is capable of winning it.
The records for each team seem to show that as well. They're really even across the board in conference play, as well as outside of conference play.
UCLA on the puck now in their own zone, 12-17 left period 2. We get a penalty coming up. Didn't see it happen, but the call's a slash.
There was a little bit of a scuffle right there in front of the USC door, and it was between 13, the mystery man, and number 27.
Smiliani. I know Smiliani's 27 on UCLA. I was just excited to say the name. 27 on USC is Keegan Jones.
They talked a little bit, they had a little bit of a scuffle, and the ref caught him on a slash there. So passions are raising, the physical play is going to start coming back into it now that the momentum shift is so far in one direction. Let's see if UCLA can capitalize on this power play.
It's a big moment for UCLA, their first power play opportunity of the game, and right away SC's going to take the puck and forget about clearing it. They're just going to try and gain the zone with it. Now they'll dump it. And we see that aggressive penalty killing a lot in this conference. It used to be a staple of the Oregon systems, not as much anymore, but we've really seen everyone in this conference do it when they get the chance. And falling down, but maintaining possession there was Benoit. And now the clear. $1:25 left on the penalty to Jones. Here's UCLA. UCLA will chip that one in, and it goes high behind the cage.
What UCLA needs to do here is maintain some sort of possession and try to work the puck around. They're taking quick shots, and it's not really working for them.
Now behind the net, they set up that one, got the post. They throw it again on goal, and holy bad angles, man. One timer goes wide, but that was a better shot than they've been setting up most of this power play, I would say. Just from the position he was in and the space he had to shoot through. 38 seconds left on the man advantage, so still plenty of time for UCLA to formulate something, but not if they lose the puck out of the zone like that. They will get back on side. Benoit pokes that around. And now puck is behind the net. I think it might have been sitting on the net behind it, and they'll reach back and get it, does the SC netminder Kayford.
Yeah, he saw that the whistle wasn't being blown, so he took matters in his own hand there, stopped the play.
15 seconds left on the man advantage. So for UCLA, you win the faceoff, and you still got time to maybe get into the flow of your power play one more time. But it's been very strong penalty killing from SC. Went over to Tabone. Tabone, weird deflection right back to him, and then right to the slot, and another penalty coming up, I believe. Yes, indeed, it's interference. Guilty party is USC's Drew McGrain. So
UCLA,
go ahead.
UCLA will go up 5-on-3 here for 2 seconds, but the 2-second advantage isn't necessarily all what it seems. If you can win the face-off and get a good setup going on the blue line here, you're going to have a little bit of a while before the man comes back on for USC, so they might get an extra advantage out of this. Here comes USC's man now. Change.
It's pretty easy to change off the penalty if the boxes are right next to the bench, and I think we got another penalty coming up.
This time on UCLA. So we'll have 4-on-4 play here.
So some space freed up with the 4-on-4 from what you've seen through the first 29 minutes, 58 seconds of this one. Do you think 4-on-4 is going to favor one team more than the other?
I would expect it to favor UCLA, but what I did notice is that the person in the box is their fastest skater. Number 18, Christopher Benoit. He's been the one holding the majority of the rushes now, so we'll see if somebody else can step up into his role.
And shot for USC, didn't get through, but still loose in front, and UCLA rather has to pounce on that puck to get it out of the crease area. Now they are on it.
And it looks like 7 will step up into 18's role as primary rusher. He's going to hold that possession in the boards, which is smart to get that pass going up to the top of the ice.
One-time shot, great opportunity for UCLA there. Just off the pad. Still on the puck of the Bruins. Minute and 10 seconds left of 4-on-4, and then a very, very, very abbreviated power play. And they score! UCLA puts it home. 3-2, big goal at 4-on-4. And we got a good game here. Did not quite catch the number of the goal scorer there.
It looks like it was number 25. 7, sorry, excuse me.
So there we go. 7 is Brandon Shaw for UCLA.
Quick fun fact. Brendan Zhao was the game-winning goal of the title game last year. The overtime goal, making it 6-5 UCLA versus Washington. Still 4-on-4 now, just because it was even strength when the goal was scored. So we're still going to see that open ice here.
And good job by UCLA to jump on that one, taken away cleanly by UCLA's 13, also not on my roster. And when all's said and done, we're going to get a face-off in front of the SC netminder.
UCLA has seemed to have dominated these past few minutes, keeping the puck in their offensive zone. USC hasn't been able to generate any offense down in the opposite end on the 4-on-4.
And now here come the Trojans. They'll go all the way around the net. Long extended wraparound, and we get a whistle. Did that net get knocked an inch off its moorings? I think it did.
Yeah. As the USC player was wrapping it around the back of the net, we saw the goalie slide with some serious force, knocking that net off. So that face-off will be in UCLA's defensive zone.
24 seconds left of 4-on-4, and then 13 seconds of man advantage, pending anything else happening between now and then. And here's SC, that one deflected by some UCLA skates at the point, and here come the Bruins.
Big check.
Yeah, big collision at the boards. Puck, though, still in the Trojan zone. Oh!
Wow.
That's not a good hit. That's not a good hit. And
he's going to go for boarding. We'll see if it's a 2 or a 5.
I think you could easily give 5 there if you wanted to as the referee. I don't know that they will. We'll see. The biggest indicator is he going to talk to the scorer's booth or just give the signal? And I don't see him reaching in to say 5, so probably just 2. I don't know that was really. There can be a line between a hit that's malicious and just bad. I don't think that he really meant to do that, but boy, when you're in that kind of position, you just got to know to hold up, because that could have been really dangerous. Good for UCLA player. Looked like he was able to pick himself up, get to the bench, and it is just 2 minutes, so 4 on 3 for less time than it took me to say that. And here's SC.
Great individual effort there, but if you wanted to kill that penalty, I would have suggested try to hold it behind the boards there.
Tabone shot that one in from the neutral zone right into the glove of Caford, and he'll just set it on the ice in front of himself and play it himself. Now they try to play that off the boards, but it hits the netting instead. These boards, I do believe, are shorter than your standard glass boards, so that can be can have an impact if you're trying to play that pass off the boards. There's maybe 15-20% less board than there usually is. And that one squirts away, and in fact it could be Rochalt on the puck first for UCLA rather, and he did get a shot and was behind the net. Tabone now for UCLA. Back towards Shao. Now back to Tabone. Thought about teeing it up. Instead, oh, what a passing sequence there from UCLA, but no shot on the end of it.
That looked almost like the exact same setup as USC's first power play goal here tonight.
So a couple of caroms off some skates and some sticks, and Brandon Shao will have to go all the way behind his own net. Now he'll slide it forward for a mystery 13. Now here's Shao again. Now starts, stops, goes the other way, still with it now for Rochalt. Behind the net, they try to jam it in. I wonder if that's something USC or UCLA have had success on this netminder before. I think that's not the first time they've tried that.
Goaltender in this case read it very well, though. He recognized that, at least psychologically, it wouldn't be a good idea to take it all the way around. So he assumed, and correctly so, that it was going to go the opposite direction. Stacked his pads right up there against the post, sealed it right up. No opportunity for UCLA there.
6:42 left in the middle frame. First period was good. I think the second period has been better. And still an SC lead, but maybe pretty even momentum-wise. In the clear, little bit of power play time left for SC, and here they go. It's Diana with this shot that goes wide. What you do to shut down number 22 in red's a big part of stopping this team. He'll go into the corner again. Now he tries to center, knocked down but not controlled by USC. Opposite corner now and deflected up. We'll get a whistle. 6 minutes flat left in period 2.
Seen a lot of number 18 for USC, Gavin Crystal, here in the second period. Don't know if the coach talked to him individually or not, or maybe his teammates, or maybe he just talked to himself, but he's having quite a second period. He seems to be in on every single play. He seems to be motivated by the performance of his team coming in. He's definitely a leader here on the ice right now.
Which is interesting, because if you look at the SC stat sheet, he's only got one game played this year, but he's in the most important one of the season so far for USC right now. Out of the zone, and SC on the puck, back on side. They get around one, they get around another. And lost the puck, but right to a teammate. In front, oh, a chance, but they couldn't handle it. Now deflected again in front, high over the net. And good hard work in this sequence from USC.
A little bit of payback there on USC's number 14, Chase Theismann. He was the one with the boarding call earlier. He definitely felt the repercussions there. So UCLA is definitely noticing a little physical exchange, and they're going to try to even it out on them for momentum-wise.
Almost a chance for UCLA going the other way there, but they're having a hard time getting through that neutral zone sometimes. SC's sticks have been getting in the way of a lot of pucks. 4:50 left, second period. 3-2 the score. It's been a great one. And that one thrown high into the neutral zone. And Peter Katz had a touch dumped in, and now UCLA will get a line change.
Slow line change from UCLA. The fatigue factor is starting to take effect again here at the end of the second.
And again, remember, we've mentioned it once or twice, but it bears repeating. Just numerically, USC the much bigger team, and that's going to have an impact at altitude when it comes to energy, especially at the end of these periods. A little bit of circus music hockey there as someone's got to hop on the puck. Now it's UCLA, but their clearance only went as far as the blue line, but then when it was knocked down by SC, it came right back for UCLA. And from the blue line, the shot deflected wide. UCLA with it in the corner. Schau behind the net. Rochelt also there. And knocked forward by SC. Jack DeAnna pokes that one forward and just backhanded back into the zone by UCLA's number 25. The Bruins get a change. A couple of exchanges for SC as well as Jack DeAnna goes to sit down. USC trying to work it out of the neutral zone. Squirts back to UCLA. Dumped in there by 13 in blue. And Benoit tried to cut that down. SC able to pass around him, but still not able quite yet to get it out of the zone as USC. Now they do, but it only goes as far as the UCLA defenseman. Taken right away by SC. They had a 2-on-1. They went for the shot. And Baudin equal with the save.
Besides those opening two goals from USC, Baudin has had a fantastic middle to end of this second period. His positioning has come back a long way to be able to figure out how to put these rebounds in the boards. Also, he doesn't seem to have his confidence been rattled from those two quick goals, which is good, especially in a game like this.
Dumped in behind the net. USC the first to it, but it only got as far as Christian Tabone, but then a lucky break for SC as Tabone lost his stick, and then, they skate right over it, and he nearly is able to pick it up and go straight into a stick check the other way. This UCLA player goes down, but I think they just lost a wheel. No, we might get a call.
I think that was a failed clear attempt. I think that might have hit off the ceiling. I think they did another chip high. And
it is a pretty low ceiling here.
Yeah, they didn't get a change on that. So I do believe it was an issue with the defensive clearance. Nobody's in the box, so.
Yeah, it wasn't a penalty. I don't think it got out of play. I think you're probably right. So it's treated like an icing when it hits the ceiling?
Essentially, yeah, essentially. Normally, if you see NHL rules, that would be a penalty, delay a game. But here in the PAC-8 and in the ACHA in general, you're going to see that being treated as an icing.
Is it delay in the NHL?
Yes, delay a game.
Oh. A couple of guys go flying there, and we've got a couple of seconds left of high-flying action in this second period.
Stretch pass sniffed out nicely. Now going USC's way.
And I think the players having a hard time getting the boards to do what they want to today when they're playing the puck off the boards. Jack DeAnna back on the ice for USC. That's a name that I I remember from previous tournaments, he's been around the block in the PAC-8 before. Oh! Great shooting opportunity for USC there, but they couldn't handle it cleanly.
Chase Theismann is still sitting on that right-hand side of the net looking for that backdoor opportunity.
Yeah, I think you go back to that if you're USC. Diana backhands that one, trying to get it to the slot, and I think Theismann is still upset with himself. He just took a whack at the ice there.
Bodan was very smart to cover that puck up. The momentum was clearly in USC's favor. He needed to slow that puck down before they gave up a bad goal here at the end of the second period.
So here is UCLA, even strength, less than a minute left in this second period. They try for the long pass, but Roshaw couldn't handle it. There was a defenseman right there. It ends up, though, bouncing right back to a UCLA opportunity. Now SC takes it back. Playing it off the boards. Keegan Jones dumped it in. 20 seconds in the period. And now behind the net, Luz. Bodan's got to get back in position and does. SC with a chance maybe for one more backhand. Third on goal, 6 seconds left. 3 seconds left. And that's going to do it.
Wow.
An exciting second period. Great finish to period number 2.
I was watching Bodan all the way there. There was no delay between the movement of the puck and his lateral movement. He had read that completely and immediately all the way through. So great job there by Bodan to finish that out. UCLA was struggling. He came to the rescue, made sure that they only went down by 1 to end this second period here.
So we'll do the same thing. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll bring Lorenzo and Evan back to tell us what happened in that second period once we get a little bit closer to the start of period number 3. After 40 minutes of play, USC leads this 3-2. It has been a great game. We're hoping for a great finish.
We're just getting ready to start period number 3 here at the South Lake Tahoe Ice Arena. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Lorenzo Villalobos Jr., joined by Washington Husky goaltender Evan Reeve as we are counting down to the final minute of the second intermission as the USC Trojans are leading the UCLA Bruins by the count of 3-2. Quick recap in the first period. Late in the first period, it was Jack Deanna getting the goal for USC. Chase Thesman and Max Jablonski getting the goal with 2:52 remaining in the first period, giving the Trojans the 1-0 lead. Then Theo Habucha tied the game for UCLA with 1:53 left in the period. It would be Mike Wu and Kyle Lohman getting the assist. That tied it up at 1. Jack Deanna would then notch up not 2 but 3 goals. He got the hat trick in the second period. The second goal, however, came just only 43 seconds into the second period. That gave the Trojans a 2-1 lead. He then add up another one just a couple of minutes later, make it a 3-1 game. Voigt and Thesman got the assist on the second goal. Thesman and Dones got the third assist. Or third goal, got the assist on the third goal, and then Brandon Shaw cut the deficit down to 3-2 for UCLA with Lohman and Michael Rochold getting the assist. And that was on even strength. By the way, Jack Deanna's first goal of the game was on the power play. On the penalties in the first period, only Richard Zhao got the tripping penalty in the first period. Second period, Kyle Lohman with interference. And for USC, it was Aresh Murtash. USC would also, he also got the slashing penalty. The interference went to USC's, Drew McGrain. Christopher Benoit got the hooking penalty for UCLA in the second period. And then for USC, it was Travis Schwartz going in for boarding. And by the way, just so you know, shots on goal, Evan, 34-24 in favor of UCLA through 40 minutes.
That's not bad. I'm getting excited by the game, so I'm having a hard time with the shots, but I got close on those numbers.
Next, you're going to hit the Powerball number, though.
I hope.
Right. Your thoughts on the second period, what you saw?
I thought it was a great period for both teams. I thought that the intensity picked up for both, and I really think the speed of the game going into the third period is now going to start favoring USC instead of UCLA. UCLA has looked extremely tired coming off these past 2 periods, but I can't imagine that such a short rest cycle is going to be good for them. I think they would need a little bit longer of a rest to get back with this long USC bench. But this is hockey, and we all know that things change. It could turn around for the team we least expect here in no time.
We almost saw a boarding penalty earlier in that second period. It was right over here towards the UCLA bench. I mean, why wasn't the 2 and 5 assessed?
It was a difficult call to make for the referees here. They only have 2 on the ice, and they couldn't necessarily consult with their linesmen, so that might have had a factor that play into that. But from what I saw, it did look like a boarding penalty. It did look like a hit from the back with the head going into the boards. But intentional-wise, I think it was lacking on the intention. I think that Theismann on that penalty, he saw the man coming down to try to pinch on the boards, and the UCLA defender there turned quickly. And at that point, I don't believe he had enough time to make that quick decision to get off that check. So I think that's why the 2 was assessed over the 5.
It's going to get more physical as we now enter the final period. And as elimination games like this is going to be a very, very physical game right here. I mean, only 1 goal difference right now. You got 20 minutes of play. Let's put you in UCLA's shoes right now. You're Julian. I'm sorry, I forgot what his last name was. We just met him earlier today. But you're the UCLA head coach. What would you tell your team down 3-2?
I would emphasize the speed. It seems as if there's a few key players on UCLA's offense that have enough speed to create offensive opportunities, just using their kind of superior stick handling skills and their skates. If they can find a way to communicate better on the rush, get the puck in deep behind the net and make some good passes out in front to the slot or the high slot area, I think that they can start capitalizing on these offensive chances and start beating this USC goaltender.
UCLA's head coach, by the way, is Julian Jantonio, so I just want to make that correction there. Okay, now, you're now Tyler Maxwell, head coach of USC. You're up 3-2. You tell your team, stay consistent, no more complacency for the remainder 20 minutes. Is that the message you want to tell your team?
I would also add on to that, stay consistent. Make sure you guys keep shooting off the goalie's pads. We've seen that the rebounds off of Bodan here have been very juicy opportunities for USC. Also, I would tell them to stay out of the box. They got to keep discipline. They got to stay, keep their momentum in check, because if they get into trouble here on the penalty kill, that could really turn the game around for UCLA very quickly.
Well, here we go. Final 20 minutes of play. Trojans and the Bruins. USC leads 3-2. Let's give it the third period over to Isaac Rosenhall for the final period.
And underway in period number 3. It's the big one. And here comes UCLA right off the opening face-off with a shot that goes wide. UCLA needs a fast start here, you think. At least they need to keep it where it is. But right now, it's USC on the puck. SC leading 3-2 as we get underway in period 3. Remember, the loser of this game will play for 5th place tomorrow. The winner of this game will play either Cal or Arizona State in a semifinal. So it's maybe not the end of the road if you lose this one, but nobody wants to take that exit and play in the 5th place game. They want to keep right on the road to a final. UCLA wrapping around and deflected before anything happened. SC takes the puck away. Moving with it now, that was 19 on USC was Travis Schwartz. And it'll go all the way to UCLA now. Here come the Bruins into the corner, and they've just got to shield that puck against the boards. A battle going on forward. The boys brought their shovels to the rink today. Thrown into the corner, and it'll carry them down almost the length of the ice. In fact, it will go the length of the ice before it's collected by Richard Zhao. And now Benoit behind the net for UCLA. 18:35 left in regulation. We got to have a winner. Right now, we'll have it in 3 periods. Into the corner there. Chopping at that one was Ryan Atkinson to get it behind the net. SC still with a chance to control behind the net, but a couple of Bruins were there. Now they just throw it toward the near post there, and Bodan has to cover it up. He's looked sharp, but he's got to continue to look sharp through this last 18:04.
He's looking sharp, and he's making very, very good cover choices, but he has to be backed up by his face-off guys. It seems as if, according to my number, UCLA is losing almost 60% of the face-offs in this game, and if they want to win, they got to step that number up.
And there is SC, nice move. This will create a shooting opportunity, and Bodan equal to the save. Good job from Chase Thesman to make the move and get the shot. He did have a passing option, but it might have been tough to get it across the zone to him. Diana throws that behind the goal. 17:36 now. Game number 1 of the PAC-8 tournament. One tried to slap, dumped in, and it hit a skate, stayed in the neutral zone. SC barely staying onside there. And now they'll go for a partial line change. Gives UCLA a chance to try and move out themselves. Battling behind the net. UCLA trying to get it to the slot, and they were trying to find one of their forwards moving in there, but it was deflected. Now there's a chance for USC. Lots of bodies tangled up in front, and Bodan ends up knocked over, but picks himself back up. Still loose in front. SC trying to get there, and we're going to get a whistle, and I don't see an arm.
It looks like the net may have come off its moorings once again. But I just wanted to mention real quick that real good offensive chance by USC was again started by number 18, Gavin Crystal. So just like his good performance here in the second, he started the third with the same fervor for his Trojans.
It's a solid word choice there, fervor.
I appreciate it.
Like it. Well done.
I do go to college.
We're all academics here. 1640.
Oh, helmet off. Stop and play for player safety here. Make sure once the helmet comes off that player has the opportunity to get back into the game here.
Let's see, we'll get some fresh bodies out there. This faceoff's going to come to the neutral zone. Jack Deanna maybe lobbying his case to get that faceoff somewhere else. Looks like it's fallen on deaf ears. And Fessman leaning in for the faceoff. It's right to USC. Fessman to Deanna. And the shot and the save made. 16:31 left, period 3.
Had that puck been shot a little bit lower into the right pad there was another USC Trojan. I believe it was number 19, Travis Schwartz, coming in on the back door. He was in prime real estate to make sure he got that rebound.
And again on the face-off, SC with a chance, but it goes wide. Fessman behind the net to capture it. Now to Deanna, backhander, and down goes a Trojan in front. Just sent to the ice. Clearing space was Benoit of UCLA.
Schwartz again getting in on the crease, trying to get those rebound opportunities. He's definitely hustling out there. He's a little smaller than some of these UCLA defenders, but he's definitely making his presence known.
And UCLA trying to skate this one out. Now to Benoit. Across the blue line, and the shot through the zone from 13. Did we determine 13 was Habucha? Good stretch, long pass there for Deanna. Deanna with a shot, and he snuck it home. 4-2 for USC.
That was Captain Deanna's 4th goal of this game.
Well, he's got them all for USC, and maybe in an ideal world you'd like more variety in where your goals are coming from, but I think really at the end of the day it doesn't matter if you've got more goals than the other team.
The supporting staff here was just as important for this goal. They managed to find him on a good pass, find him for his speed on the breakaway, and Deanna, all he had to do was capitalize and just put it home.
So it's up to 16 goals on the year for Deanna now, and according to the numbers we've got. And still plenty of time, and as we know, as Duck and Husky representatives here, 2 goals in the 3rd period, that doesn't mean anything.
Not at all.
But you still feel better up than down 2 goals.
That's true.
May not be the most in-depth piece of insight I've ever provided, but 15-10 left in this 3rd period. USC just trying to pour it on here. UCLA trying to keep them right where they are and pick their moments to attack. We've mentioned that shorter bench for UCLA, and that'll play a role, but this is a great opportunity for Rasholdi. He scores! Great patience there on the shot. Forces the goalie to make a decision, and then he's able to score, and it's 3-4.
And the keeper there did make the correct decision. He slid down, slid all the way to his right. He knew the shot was going to be a opportunity where the offense was going to wait, but he just didn't know how long. So at that point, went up top, sniped it up in the top corner, and unfortunately, there was no way he was going to reach that one.
Did you see what happened on the breakdown there for Rasholdi to be in so much space?
No, I didn't catch it. It happened really fast. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was another one of those long stretch passes that caught USC's defense off guard.
Yeah, and then when he got it, there was no one within 15, 20 feet of him, and that's going to put the odds in the shooter's favor. But still a 4-3 lead for USC. Back and forth we've been. SC's been pacing this one, but UCLA not going anywhere.
UCLA needs to think about start getting more shots on goal here. That was their first shot of this period. Good thing that it capitalized into a goal, but if they need to start picking up the pace if they want to win this game.
14-11 left. It's been a great hockey game so far. One hit the netting on its way around the board, so we'll reset and do it again with 14:04 left in period number 3 of a 4-3 game. That one able to get a stick on it was USC's Keegan Jones, and now it's the Trojans moving in transition. Ryan Atkinson in the corner, knocked down, and UCLA comes away with the puck. It's Benoit. Benoit's got some friends to go to, and he does go to 25 in the corner. 2 of the 3 on that line, 25 and 13. Don't match numbers I've got in my roster, so apologize. Knocked down, Benoit behind the net. Benoit trying to center for Rochalt, but not there. Now here's USC going the other way. Jones is a big dude, works through a couple of defenders and then puts his shot wide. Here's UCLA in transition. Rochalt has it knocked away from him, and that clearance only goes as far as the neutral zone, where Christian Taboni picks it up and offside by a good 10 feet.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. He must have seen that the offensive play was coming back into the zone and just kind of stopped skating and started gliding. Maybe he was at the end of his stamina there, or maybe he was hurt. Hopefully not the hurt option. But that pace has been starting to pick up here. We saw a number of good back and forth breakaway chances for both teams. Goalies equal to the task both times.
Boney in the corner for UCLA, taken away though by SC, and now they'll battle for it behind the net. Good hit thrown there. Still though, it is in the Bruin zone, and it's USC doing more of the control in the puck than not. Still working around, now poked out and out of the zone, and there's the whistle. Thought for a moment they might have gotten away with one there, but offside called. You do have to give the referees some credit here, working as a 2-man crew, calling both penalties and lines.
They're doing a really good job so far. I haven't seen any missed offsides, any missed icings, or any missed penalty calls from what I've seen in this game. So they're doing a fantastic job so far. Yeah,
I think you give neither coach, you don't want to talk about the referees. In the playoffs, you want to forget that they're there.
Yep.
And this particular herd of zebras has done a good job of that tonight. Figure out what USC wants to do with this face-off here. Now we're ready to play hockey. And SC does win it. They'll chip it in. 12:20 left in period number 3. Just a 1-goal game. And maybe here comes UCLA the other way. Benoit jumping through the zone there and able to control the puck still. Now back out from the curling dots. Poked away. And SC gets a half clear, and it'll go all the way back into that UCLA zone, but they're on the puck easily. No one giving particular chase for SC. A collision at center ice, and a UCLA player, it's Rochalt, came away without a stick. He wasn't too pleased, but it's just going to be the icing here.
For a second I was wondering about a holding or possibly tripping call, but it looks like it was kind of just blown aside by the fact that it was sent down for icing. They figured that was good enough.
And right off the face-off, UCLA wins it and tries to move out, but they run into a brick wall. SC dumps it back in, and UCLA's got to start from the bottom of their own zone again.
Good call by the refs there to wave off that icing. I did see a small tip by a USC player happen there, and that was a good catch by them.
Trojans will go for a line change, so the puck in the UCLA zone, but they've got a couple of moments to think about it. And tried to find maybe Rochalt there, but instead it's going to squirt through for 25 of UCLA, who took the fast slap shot there. And in front of UCLA, great chance, great angle to shoot from, but knocked away.
I'm impressed with USC's keeper's speed to the top of his crease there. Two very good opportunities taken away by great positioning.
That one dumped in right at the goaltender by UCLA, and he'll just pick it up and put it on the ice for a teammate. 10:35 left. Starting to maybe hear the clock tick on that UCLA bench, but still enough time you don't have to think about it too much. All right, third goal for UCLA makes it a much different situation right now. And here they come. It's Shao, lost the puck in the center of the zone. Coming right down the middle. In front again. Can they get it to Shao? They can't. Taken away by USC, and they're going to try and move with this one now. Getting around to Boney, still on the puck. Now it's knocked away as they've got to go behind the net. Atkinson trying to move to the center, and we got a penalty coming up against UCLA.
Holding. It will be against Christian Taboni. USC has been doing a really good job of picking up the pace here in these last few minutes, leading into the last half of the third. They're recognizing the fact that they're ready to go. They have the stamina, and they want to make sure that they're going to win this game based off of the fact that they got the bench and they got the legs. As for UCLA, they're trying to score 2 goals here, so they need to start paying attention to the clock a little bit more. They don't want to take this game into overtime.
And here it comes for UCLA, and that one deflected. UCLA short-handed, but applying the pressure, and they don't really have an option. They need a goal. And for SC, that power plays have been good, but even if it doesn't score a goal, even just the 2 minutes off the clock is going to be a gift.
There's a missed opportunity there for UCLA's defenseman, number 20. He decided against the hip check into the boards, and this has led to a very fantastic save by his goalkeeper, one that he shouldn't have had to make. Shows the decision-making capabilities on lack of oxygen for both teams are going to start making this game a little bit more interesting.
Well, we've said it many times on our duck hockey broadcast that sometimes your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer, and you saw a little bit of that right there. Here is USC at the point, setting up, taking their time. A lot of patience to go in front, and then Thesman was tripped up by the stick thrown out there from Bodon. We hear some shouts from some USC parents, but nothing going on there really. Wouldn't leave goaltenders any option if you were going to start calling that. One's dumped in. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. 8:30 left in this game, more or less. Controlled by USC in their own zone. A little bit of pressure from Rochalt of UCLA. Now SC's Keegan Jones back for Thesman. And Thesman tried to get through 2 guys. It didn't end well. And Chase Durkee here for SC. Thesman's pass again deflected by UCLA. And now forward for Jones. Jones with Deanna behind him. Jones still with it, trying to get it to Deanna, but it's knocked behind the goal. We're back to even strength hockey here. 7:45 left in this one. A 1-goal game. USC with the upper hand. They have had the upper hand most of the night, but they have never totally run away with it. Now Benoit behind the net for UCLA, and that one squirts out of the zone. So everyone back across the blue line now for UCLA as they have to get back on side. 7:20 left in regulation, 4-3, PAC-8 playoffs.
If UCLA can find, there it is right there. If UCLA could find a way to connect on that pass from behind the net, they're going to get a lot of scoring opportunities off of that. The defense isn't picking up the guy in the front. So they need to start playing that play a little bit more here as the third period comes to an end.
And That puck finally worked out of the zone by USC, but only as far back as the UCLA defenseman. Now a clearance, a slapped clearance right at the netminder, so no icing to worry about there. Long pass, and that may be a little bit too simple for UCLA right now. Benoit, cross ice for Katz. Katz in the corner. Tabone threw it on net just off the bench, and it was wide. 6:18 left in regulation. So we'll ask you, you are the netminder after all. If you're behind that UCLA bench, when do you start to look at maybe pulling your goalie?
Not too soon here. You're only down by 1. You don't need to make a rash decision. Probably under 2 minutes is when I'd start looking into it.
We'll see. Maybe it won't be relevant. UCLA can still score between now and then. But as you said, I think if you're the Bruins, you probably want this game won in regulation. Just having the shorter bench, the more it extends, the more it'll go to the favor of USC.
That, and there is no ice cut in between a third period and overtime. So,
USC, or UCLA rather, with the chance from right down low in front there. I think it hit something metal. Not sure if it was a post or a crossbar, but heard that ping. And it's hit the ceiling again. Low ceilings here.
Yeah, UCLA, as I was saying before, doesn't necessarily want to take this game in overtime. They're obviously going to take it if they have to. But they want to score 2 goals here because of, A, the shorter bench, but B, the ice is not going to get cut. They're not going to get that nice smooth ice. It's going to take a lot more effort to push off, start and get a good acceleration going from that.
Brandon Shao was just sent to the ice after that face-off. Physical play from USC. And Shao on the puck again now, and offside. He thought they pulled that one back, but
it was close. Yeah, Brandon Zhao has been identifying himself as a serious threat on the ice, and USC is taking him very seriously, and they're trying to make sure that they use their superior size to try to keep him on the ice instead of skating around. He's quick, so they want to mitigate his role as much as possible. Good hip check there to separate from the puck at the very top of the blue line. That gives UCLA some time here to try to set something up.
And for a moment, it looked like they were trying to set that home run pass up again. They'll just go the more conventional route this time through Shao. Shao with a shot, glove save, but wow, I'm surprised a little bit that the goaltender put that one down, but USC's able to make it no harm, no foul.
Seen some good rebound control from USC here in this entire game, and that was one of those lapse in judgments that happen at the end of the games. They can really turn the game around.
Long dump right at the UCLA goaltender. 4:20 left in this regulation. Here's Rochault. Rochault's been a difference maker for UCLA, but got to make one more difference to extend this one for the Bruins. It's loose in front, deflected, still loose, and boy, that's a hit. Looked like there was some assistance in bringing his man to the ground there.
Well, goalie's having a few words now. He didn't like those whacks that he took there.
Well, this is the, I believe it's the 6th time that these two teams have played each other this year. And familiarity breeds contempt.
I'm surprised that the physicality hasn't picked up as soon as it has. It looks like we have USC's 27, and I'm thinking number 18 as well going. I saw some cross checks
if it's
coming.
2, if UCLA goes on the 5-on-3 here, that is enormous.
Yeah, maybe not. Well,
are we going to get force?
We're going to discuss it here for a little bit and find out what's going on.
One of these days we'll get our refs mic'd, but UCLA's bench and USC's bench I think the coaches are about ready to come to blows with each other here.
It's 2 men in the box for USC. That's for sure. They have stopped pleading their case, and they have sat back and relaxed. And now you'll see UCLA send one of theirs to the box, according to referee instructions. Looks like for UCLA, it's going to be the very key 21, Michael Rosholt here.
So first penalty on the board is USC's Chase Durkee. 2 minutes, and I think they're gonna put us 5-on-4 and then have the other two out 2 minutes and a whistle.
No, we're going to be playing 4-on-3.
So we're just waiting on getting the rest of the penalties on the boards then.
Oh, no, it is going to be 5-on-4.
So the only penalty that actually gets put up on the boards is Durkee's. And as we said, it looks to be Rosholt for UCLA. They are on the 5-on-4. They need a goal. The shot comes through. Reads wide. 4 minutes exactly left now. And the clear from USC.
This is a big time for UCLA, and they need to make sure that they match USC's physical momentum that they got coming on.
Benoit into the corner to try and work that puck back for UCLA. Now they do get it to the point. Trying to set up around the net. Brandon Chow standing in the slot if they can work it to him from the pass behind the net. They've been trying to get that to work all night. That shot goes wide.
Keeper did a really good job breaking up the play there with his stick. Managed to find that pass and break it up.
3 minutes, 15 seconds left now. UCLA needs a goal to tie. And there's a deflection out of the zone. SC with a big break there. And USC's bench thinks that's egregious enough that the faceoff should go a little bit more beneficial for them, I think.
It was offsides for sure, and it looks like it's going to stay at the normal offsides dot.
2:59 left in regulation, 50 seconds left on the man advantage.
Great pressure here by USC's defense to make sure that they get this kill and then finish the game out up by 1.
.237. UCLA still trying to manufacture something. Taking their time and space on the power play. Loose in front, deflected. Rebound is there.
Still loose.
Goalie diving. It's still loose somewhere now behind the net. Oh, what a play from Jack Deanna. I think that he slid in front of that one. On the ice, still UCLA with a chance.
Wow.
And a brilliant glove save.
Goalie down and out, stick out of his hand, still has the wherewithal to try to pick up that puck, find it with his glove, and make sure his team stays up by 1. What a fantastic play by USC's goaltender there to keep him in this game.
Justin Kaford earning himself a steak dinner there. 2:11 left in regulation. 4 seconds left in the man advantage. And we will begin to really keep an eye on Baudin now. Another shot, another glove save.
That one was quite a bit easier on his end. He had no screen, saw it all the way, and was moving with the puck. So good fundamental save to make sure that it stays out of the net.
Well, here's trying to take every advantage you can get. I don't understand this because it looks like the two, Rosholt and the other USC player who were serving the 2 minutes and a whistle penalty, they've both hopped out of the box, but Durkee's penalty, which started at the same time, still has a second left on it. And now Durkee is out of the box.
I think it's a timekeeper error here. I think they stopped the play a little too quickly, and it should be 2 minutes and 7 seconds, which would take everybody out of the box.
It's amazing we'd have a whistle exactly at 2 minutes on a matching penalty like that. But that's what we'll say. So 2:08, call it 2:07 plus left in the in regulation here. And we're back to five-a-side hockey. Every shift, every face-off important. And that squirts out of the zone. UCLA's got a sprint to get it. Check to Anna giving pressure. He's been all over the place tonight, and it has number 22.
One of those small game-changing occurrences just happened. UCLA had 6 men on the ice and had to send off one guy. And in response to that, the referee took out that man from the face-off circle. So that takes off their primary face-off guy from a good offensive zone chance. So it's going to be interesting to see how UCLA reacts to that now that they have to send it back into the zone normally.
Here comes UCLA. Rachalt, the shot, save made loose and pounced on by Kayford. Rodon still in his crease.
Very impressed with that from a goaltending point of view. That was actually off his right pad, and he managed to get his stick down in front of the right pad to keep the rebound close to him. That's an important play.
And USC will take a timeout here, I believe. Little surprised to see the team with the lead in this situation calling the timeout. So what are you drawing up here if you're behind that UCLA bench?
I think, they're getting a little bit of time to try to figure out their defensive play. They cannot ice the puck right now. It is not beneficial for them to do so. So what they're going to need to do is they're going to win that defensive face-off with their best defensive face-off guy. And they're going to try to get the puck down deep into the UCLA defensive zone to try to make sure the puck stays down there for the rest of the game. So they're going to try to draw up right now a play that basically guarantees them a free clear without that icing.
And UCLA will get a player back here. I didn't notice that he'd left, but Justin Savage just emerged from the locker room.
Goalkeeper for UCLA is out almost near the middle of his defensive zone. Means I think they're going to try to pull him here if they win this face-off. Referee taking control of the situation here.
And UCLA did get a shooting opportunity off the face-off, but Kayford equal to it.
There was an interesting play there that occurred as well. Remember that confidence issue I talked about earlier where goalies would dive for that puck? He saw that there was nobody around that, no offensive threat, and he made sure he covered that puck to make sure the momentum stopped.
And
penalty here.
Penalty. That's a big call.
Wow. The discipline needs to be there for USC here late in this game. Maybe they're both going to go, though. Yes, it's going to be both.
Oh, and that's another guy that UCLA wants out there. Christopher Benoit has been one of their main contributors today, particularly skilled on the puck.
That resulted in a scrum in front of the net. They were talking back and forth with each other with their sticks, so I think there's going to be offsetting penalties for slashing. It means you should still see 5 aside here.
And spot on. We do have 5 out there for each team. A minute and 16 seconds left in regulation. We have to think that we're going to see Budon dart for the bench as soon as UCLA controls the puck. And lots of shouts from lots of coaches and players on the bench.
They're going to take it 4-on-4 now.
And UCLA does get a shot and another save made.
Another good rebound control. It's been a consistent key this entire game for USC's goaltending is rebound control.
1 minute, 11 seconds left in period 3. USC onto that puck in a battle in front of the boards. Schalt is there for UCLA and is at 18 is Durkee for SC. Now USC onto the puck, and that will deflect not into the netting, off the highest part of the boards. Jack to Anna, and USC just trying to take some time here. Moving in their own zone, D to D. 45 left in regulation.
UCLA's goalkeeper should go here if they can break out of the zone. There he goes.
And just to make sure they gain the zone, he's at the curling dots, and
no, he decided not to.
Get him back.
He's going now.
Now he's going. So 6-on-5 for UCLA as soon as they can get the sixth man out, and there he is. They'll have the man advantage for the rest of the way, all 20 seconds of it. Puck's loose in front. Diving on it is Kayford, and he makes the save, and here comes 7 whistles.
Oh, somebody's pants are around their ankles here. Quite literally.
I don't know that I have ever seen that.
Yeah, a lot of these times, these pants aren't necessarily completely pants. Sometimes we wear shells on top of our, so normally we'll have like some black pants or some different colored pants depending on what teams we played on as kids. And to match our uniforms, we'll just grab some shells, put them right over. I think it's the shell that fell down there, which doesn't surprise me. It's only kept up by a few flimsy strings and a backpack strap, basically.
Well, now this must be UCLA's timeout. USC already took theirs, so there's a penalty called.
Yes, I think it was from that scrum where the shell came down.
So, Drew McGrain for USC sits for the remainder of regulation. 15
seconds is easily enough time to score a goal, especially when your goalkeeper is now off the ice. You'll have a 6-4 advantage when you come back on here. Oh, excuse me, no, it'll be 5-on-4 because I forgot about the offsetting penalties earlier.
5-on-3. 5-on-3, 14.8, 1 goal game in the playoffs. Doesn't get a whole lot better. And USC controls the puck off the faceoff, backhands it, but only to the point for UCLA. Coming through with a shot as he falls to the ice. Now the clear, the length of the ice. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. USC takes it 4-3 over UCLA. They will play either Arizona State or Cal for the semis, and we've got a player down for UCLA.
USC is calling their trainer over to tend to a down UCLA player. That massive amount of effort must have caused an injury here at the very end. He's up and skating, though. That's good.
So for UCLA, they'll get either the Ducks or the Huskies tomorrow, and then USC will get either Arizona State or Cal. The matchups in that one will depend on the results of our next game. Before we take our quick break here in between games, any final thoughts for us?
Yeah, it seems like this window wasn't too much of a factor here. A lot of cloud cover, which means the light should have diffused very nicely for these players. Very exciting game to get started here at the PAC-8 tournament in South Lake Tahoe. Both teams came out ready to play, and both teams recognized a lot of the opportunities they were having and taking advantage of them. I was impressed with the coaching staff there, and I was impressed with the players, basically making sure that their teams directed themselves into opportunities that they know they could get. Obviously, the story of the game here was going to be the goaltenders. Massive shots against from both sides here. So the goaltenders kept this game very, very, very close.
Alrighty, well that will do it for us. We are going to take a break. We've got a 4 o'clock start between the Ducks and Huskies. We'll have that game for you as well, and hopefully by the time this game has uploaded its way to YouTube, that game will be there as well. So if it's not, up there yet. It's uploading currently. Keep your eye out for it, and we will be back with you for University of Washington and the University of Oregon at 4 o'clock.